Hi, this is Nick from Pathway to Oz, and today we're here at TAFE Queensland's Southport campus, where we're checking out the Diploma of Nursing. So we're going to speak to some of the teachers, some of the students, look at some of the crazy facilities they have here, and trust me, they are crazy, just to kind of give you a better experience about what it would be like to study the Diploma of Nursing in Australia. So Georgia, the Diploma of Nursing, how long does that go for?
It can go from 18 months to 24 months, depending on what sort of time frame the student wants to do.
Okay, great. And could you run me through sort of like a standard, Monday to Friday timetable? How many days do they come?
Okay, well it can vary depending on what subjects they're up to, but generally they'll have some classroom time. It might be lectures from 2 hours up to 8 hours on some of their days.
Could you give me sort of an indication of how, on average, how long you think they'll spend in the classroom as opposed to sort of like in a simulation environment like this?
Okay, so they do it in blocks. So they'll do a block of their theory work, and then once they've got all that theory down pat, then they come and do an intensive residential school. So it's either over 2 weeks or 3 weeks. There's 3 stages of their diploma. So their practicals will be based on what they can be able to practice in the hospitals or aged care facilities. And all their practical things that are done here allows them to be safe to then be able to go and practice in a hospital.
You said after a year and a half or 2 years, do you feel they're fully prepared to go out and work in the industry?
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Excellent.
They'll be able to give medications, intravenous medications, monitor their patients, looking after them when they come in through emergency, before surgery, after surgery. They can range into mental health, palliative care.
Excellent. And where would be some, typical places where, because they finish as an enrolled nurse?
Yes.
As qualified enrolled nurse?
Yes.
Where would they be getting jobs and stuff like that?
There's some fantastic new grad programs that are often offered to our students once they've finished their 3rd stage. They're anywhere from rural, remote, some around the Gold Coast here if they're choosing to stay here, acute care facilities.
If they did want to go on to study to be a registered nurse, does this course, give them credit to go on and do that?
It does, yeah. So from their degree, they will, depending on which uni they choose to go to, they can get from a year off their degree by doing their enrolled nursing course. And they can also be working as an enrolled nurse while they're studying. And I personally did that, and it was a really good way to go.
Would you mind showing us the dummy or the sim man that some of the students practice on?
Yep, sure.
Okay, thank you. So Georgia, we're here with the simulation dummy John Bowie, who is absolutely incredible. This guy, he's actually breathing, his chest moves, he's got a pulse. What do your students would use something like this for?
They can use it for anything really. It can simulate any sort of patient that depending on what stage they're up to. We can run codes, just deteriorating patients getting better, simple hygiene needs, anything that they need to do.
Wow, and this is obviously state of the art, so can you tell me some of the things this guy can do? I know he can breathe.
Yes.
He can cry?
He can cry, his pupils can change, he can talk, he's got some of his own speech that he can do. He can cry out in pain or sound like he's been sick. We can also be the voice for him. The students can actually feel the pulse and do vital signs on him. They can also listen to different heart sounds, lung sounds. We can make a lung deflate so they can hear no sound. It's not very many limitations with him.
Wow. Well, thank you very much for your time.
That's
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Hey guys, we're here with Tebi from Botswana, currently studying the Diploma of Nursing at TAFE Queensland, and she's taken the time out of her day to answer some of our questions, so thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. Before starting the Diploma of Nursing, did you have a background in health or anything like that?
No, I didn't have a background in nursing. I had recently graduated with a Bachelor of Education in October, and I didn't know what I was going to do afterwards. And I figured I have my aunt here and her family, and we're like thick as thieves. So I might as well come to Australia and do something with a meaning.
Okay.
And I applied for TAFE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your impressions of the course so far? You're close to finishing, yeah?
Unsure of what I was getting myself into, and it has not been without its challenges. But every single time I go in placement, I'm more convinced that this is the field to be in.
Yeah. So you can see yourself like a future building up in it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely.
Do you find that, I guess, that practical is like really important to kind of put what you learn?
That's when everything falls into perspective. While you're in class, it's a bit, you can't really relate to it because you've never lived it. And then once you're on the ward with the nurses who have a wealth of experience, it's just, everything just falls into place, and they give you tips about how to do things, how to approach situations, and it's just amazing.
Cool. And could you let us know, how have the teachers, helped you with, like, what's your general sort of feeling about the teachers and the education provided here?
The teachers are amazing. I'm not talking them up or anything, but they're really amazing. They're very understanding that we go through different situations because we're not just students. We have lives outside of TAFE, and I think that's really important in an education system, especially adult education.
And I mean, you're going to finish in what, 4 months, something like 3 months?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're going to be prepared?
That's a question I ask myself every day, and I wonder, will I be able to do this? But if I've made it this far, I think I'll be able to make it. And if I have the quality of nurses backing me up on the wards and in the work facilities, I know I can make it.
Well, that's a wrap for today, guys. But if you would like any more information about studying nursing in Australia, feel free to contact Pathway to Oz through the website, on Facebook, over the phone, or through email. Thank you.